When you first go into trading, most likely you are living a very easy life. You are living a life of comfort and convenience. When I first heard of trading around 4 or 5 years ago, I wasn't taking it very seriously. And the reason why that was the case, because I wasn't taking my life very seriously either. And so I was receiving unserious results. I saw trading as a bit of a gimmick, something that was kind of like a hack or like a trick that I knew to try and gain an edge over my current circumstances of life. But I got humbled very quickly, and I soon realised that it's a lot more serious. It's going to take a lot more effort than I originally thought. Most likely, a lot of you guys, when you first come into trading, you haven't yet changed your own environment, the way you live. And so I thought I'd highlight in this video about how trading is very much a way of life. Everything you see around you in your current life right now as it is a reflection of your mindset and your habits. Everything you see right now is an accumulation of all the habits and actions and your current mindset leading up into this point. And if you're someone who's currently unhappy with the life you're currently living right now, then understand that the things that you've been doing up until now is going to continue to keep you where you are if you still do those actions. So understand that we have to be able to now change our actions to make a change in our current environment and circumstances for the future. It's really important to understand that if you choose comfort today, it means that you're setting yourself up for failure or no progress in the future, right? And this is the problem with trading nowadays, where most people live a life of convenience and comfort, and very easy to choose the easy, comfortable decision in wanting to improve their circumstances. Now, when I first heard about trading, I wasn't taking it very seriously. I was getting very unserious results, and I understood very quickly that it's going to take a lot of hard work to be able to change my circumstances. I had ambitions and goals of the life that I wanted to live, and I soon began to realize that my habits and daily practices, the actions that I take, and my overall mindset in general has what's led me to this moment right now of the lifestyle that I live. And if I wanted to make it better, then it means I'd start making changes and improve how I think, my mindset and my habits. Trading very much is a way of life. I say time and time again, trading and life goes hand in hand. And I'll ask you this one question. How many people do you know who are lazy, watching Netflix, playing games, but are still good at trading? They're making an immense amount of income for themselves. Probably no one, and for good reason, because all of these sort of things, all the things that you consume, that the things you choose to do, like what you put in your mouth, the things that you absorb as an input, the habits that you do, like playing games and watching TV or Netflix all day, these all play a part into how you will try and attempt new endeavors, right? But with trading especially, is I like how quickly it responds to you, in the sense that, at least with a business and at least with things which take a lot of physical work, it will take some time and you might get some sort of results. But from a longevity sort of standpoint, it's probably not going to work out if you stay undisciplined, lazy, eating shit, playing games, watching TV. But with trading, there is instant feedback. If you don't take your own life seriously, then your trading results are going to be unserious. They're going to be also very shit. And so, because of that, I then realised that I needed to start taking more action in my own life. And so I then went on to a self-improvement journey as well at the same time. Now, when I started taking trading seriously around this time 2 years ago, I was also researching into self-improvement. I was going on YouTube, looking at self-improvement YouTubers. And so far, it's worked amazingly. I've been able to build a community, and it first started off with people that I met through this self-improvement YouTuber. We had things in common interests, and from then it just kept growing and growing. If everyone was still able to watch TV, Netflix, play games, eat shit, not stay disciplined, not even going to the gym or anything like that, and press some buttons to try and get good at trading, then everyone will be rich, wouldn't they? Because it's the easy thing to do. I've been reading this book recently called The Compound Effect, and it's really interesting to see how much compounding actually makes a difference in your life, right? Now, I'm probably going to speak a lot about just life in general, but as I said, because trading and life goes hand in hand, it will also translate into your trading too. But we all talk about the compound effect in terms of potential gain, the exponential gain, which is where you struggle very, very much, see very little progress, but then at some point, with your discipline and consistency, eventually your results will just absolutely skyrocket. But we should also highlight the importance of the negative side of the compound effect as well. Choosing poor choices and consistently choosing poor choices. And it basically results in the opposite way. Thinking is not going to make much difference to your life at all. Oh, it's only just one chocolate. I might just skip the gym. One episode won't hurt, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and you just sink. You dig yourself a bigger hole, and you just jump in it. Keep digging and digging and digging, and eventually, before you even realize it, it's going to be so difficult for you to even be able to climb out of that ditch that you put yourself in. All these skills that you learn when you're coming up in your trading, the progress that you make. I'm not going to mention, I'll only mention a few, like discipline, adaptability, things like that. Understand that these things you actually can use these in other aspects of your life too. When it comes to you wanting to start a community, for example, as I've done, the discipline and the consistency, it translates into that too. I try my best to upload these videos weekly, trying to make clips on TikTok and whatnot, and posting those out on Instagram and TikTok. I try and stay consistent with those too, because of my discipline. And because of that, I see people like you guys commenting in these videos saying how much value it brings talking about these sort of topics. You can take these skills over into business, for example, and use your discipline and consistency to continually work every single day until your business grows and grows and grows. And then one of the last things I wanted to highlight is actually your environment and your current interactions and associations that you have in your environment, right? So we've all heard the saying, the 5 people you spend the most time with, you become the average of those people. And so when I was starting to learn about trading, I understood that because no one else knows that I'm doing this, and because no one would agree with what I'm doing either, I had to cut off so many people and really limit how much time and attention that I give to these sort of people. Some people think that I've been going rogue or ghosting them, but I've been doing this because I know this is what's going to change my life. And like those other people, or my current friends at the time, who were just living life of comfortability, really. And so I chose to cut off those people. Not completely, but my attention for them went from here to literally here. Barely anything. I want you guys to think about all the people who you're close with right now in your life and dig into them. Not by asking them, but really think about what purpose they serve in your life, who they are, what's good about them, and what's not so good about them. And then you want to rank them in a sort of tier list by how much benefit they actually add to your life, right? Because you're going to undergo a process of categorizing these people that you interact with, your associates, into 3 categories. 1, people who you should limit or really condense the amount of attention you give to. 2, people who you should just cut off completely, as I've said. The friends that I've had, they weren't serving any benefit to me in my life. They were just the brain dead sort of friends who I just talk shit with for a few minutes, and then I burn them off. So you can say they're sort of a mix of limiting and also completely disassociating with. But then you've got people who you want to expand on with, and these are the people who are actually providing a benefit to your life, people who you can have these tough conversations with, people who actually know you inside out, know what you should be improving on, what's your weaknesses and what's your strengths. And so essentially you want to be adding more of those people to your life too, expanding your associates, expanding good quality friends who are actually going to align with your goals, think on the same wavelength as you do. It's people who actually want to improve their life. People who have the same sort of mindset as you, and also help you reinforce your mindset of changing your circumstances in your life. For me to gain confidence and make significant progress, I knew I had to put myself in front of other people who are also making progress and doing the same sort of thing. Now, the Discord community helps with that a lot. I've met a lot of you guys who are on a very similar wavelength. I've spoken to guys and they all have been through, it's just nice to speak to people who have been through the same experiences and the same struggles, the same pains, the same issues of trading. And so essentially my point is, leveling up in your life also means leveling up the people who you interact with too. You don't understand how much your mind puts a ceiling on itself through the conversations that you have with people. Because if you're currently in an environment of people where they just talk about what's happening on daytime TV, what's happening on Love Island, what's happening on celebrity shows, do you really think that's going to help you in achieving progress and changing your current circumstances in your life? No. So you have to be putting yourself around people who want to talk about training, talking about improving themselves, talk about money, talking about business. Because ultimately those are the things which are actually going to improve your life. It's going to remove that ceiling in your head. And so when you start thinking about these more on a frequent basis, it's going to help you drive more action. You'll learn more, and so you'll get more done, and therefore your circumstances will eventually change. A dream is just a fantasy unless you write it down. And when you write it down, that becomes goals. But a goal without a plan is nothing. It doesn't mean anything. And so you have to break it down into steps. And then when you bring action to your steps, then it will become a reality. Again, I like to say this all the time, but you can have the most amazing business idea, but if you don't know how to deliver it to the market, then it means nothing. You won't make any money. And so the same goes with the actions that you choose right now in your life going forward. It's all well and good thinking about what you want to do, but unless you do it, nothing's going to happen. You have to start putting your mindset into the physical world and start doing it. And it first starts in your mindset and how you think. Because if you can't change this, then everything around you won't change. The moment you change this and start putting it down into actionable steps and doing them, then things will become a reality. So that was everything I just wanted to highlight in this video, and I think a lot of that was a bit of waffle, to be honest, but oh well, I didn't really have any plan or script or anything for this video, but it was something that just kind of came to my mind the other day about how trading should be a way of life, right? Because it's very conflicting when you live a very comfortable, easy life, but then it just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't add up if you live a comfortable, easy life, but then also become good at trading. Like, we do trading because we want to level up our lifestyle and have more comfort in terms of wealth and money. But it all starts by giving up the discomfort that you have, making a lot of sacrifices now. If you listen this far, it means that you're probably really trying to find ways to take the right choices in your life right now. And so, if you enjoy transparent content like this, then subscribe, leave a like on the video, and it will push me to want to keep making content like this, which will aid you and help fill those gaps of the answers you're trying to look for in your life. So appreciate you for listening this far. Stay happy, stay blessed, and thanks for watching.